It is opening day 2029. It is the Colorado Rockies who are defending their first and only world title in Major League Baseball. They're taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. We didn't get the home game to start, which is odd. But either way, here we are, a new revamped team, bringing back most of our players from our historic run last season with a couple wrinkles mixed in. Like before, we are relying on a young pitching staff and an experienced group of veterans in our lineup to bring us to the promised land yet again, trying to be one of the few teams in the history of the league to not only do it once, but do it twice in a 2-year period. And I think this is the team that can do it. Again, bringing back most of our heavy hitters from last year. Lineup stays virtually the same, and this is how we are being projected in terms of our guys. Usually Nolan Jones is highlighting most of these categories. It's Nolan Gorman they're expecting to have yet another fantastic season. He was the MVP last year, and we are projected to go 86-76, fourth in the NL West. So again, not even getting the respect from anybody. We didn't get the home game for opening day. We didn't get projected past fourth in our own division. What gives, guys? What gives? 86 wins the target. See if we can break that. We had 90 last season. We're going up against Hunter Brown, the new ace in town. Arizona last few years have added pitchers in free agency. And Hunter Brown's another one of those good ones. 191 innings last year, 3.68 ERA, 178 strikeouts, former Astro. Gets the first two outs pretty easily, and this pitch to Nolan Jones is going to give him the pop-up, and that will be it. Yes, it will. So out number 3, and the first half of the first inning is done. Baseball is finally back here in 2029. And we have Jesus Luzardo like we have the last couple of seasons. 7-8 record, however, did go over 200 innings, had a sub-4 ERA, 170-plus strikeouts, walking less than 6% of batters. You'll take that. That's your ace. That's your guy that got you through. The guy that helped us raise that banner, help us get that championship ring. He's going to get a strikeout on new Diamondback Randy Arozarena, one of the coolest guys in all the land. Strikes out to begin the season. Jesus Luzardo, we're looking for a really, really big season from him. Again, carrying the Bobby Whites, James Moras, the Bud Leonards, and the rest. Swing and a miss by Tommy Troy, who entered in the starting lineup. Ketel Marte has left town, and Tommy Troy is there. Corbin Carroll lift this one into the outfield. Jazz Chisholm with a dive. He can't corral it, so it won't be a 1-2-3 inning with 3 strikeouts like we were thinking it would be. But Corbin Carroll is Corbin Carroll. He'll do Corbin Carroll types things, and Josh Naylor flicks this one to Jazz, and he's able to get this time. So 2 strikeouts in that first inning, and I'll give you the details now. Both pitchers were locked in today. I will tell you that Jesus Luzardo and Hunter Brown had a pretty good day on the mound each. Top 2, Yanquiel Fernandez with 2 out was going to hit this one into the gap, cut off early, and that will be the first base runner for the Rockies. So he gets a hit to begin his season. Yanquiel Fernandez moving to the full-time DH. Nolan Gorman taking third base. Nothing doing for the Rockies in there. And that strikeout on Arozarena again will end the third. So just like that, we are through 3 innings, 1 hit apiece, a bunch of strikeouts by both pitchers. Top 5, Tommy Domine, runner on first base. Pitch is outside, and Domine strikes out swinging. And we are midway through 5. Still no score. Nolan Jones up the middle. Dive and past Jordan Lawler. And that will score the first run of the ball game. Took all the way to the 6th inning for Nolan Jones to get one through the infield and score the run. Like I said, pitching was the name of this game early on. And Nolan Jones singles through. Nolan Gorman can't do the same as he's batting 4th in our lineup. And he will just roll one weakly to Josh Naylor. But Nolan Jones comes through the second hit of the ball game. Plates one for the Rockies, and look how close it was. Just missed it. That's the game of inches. Corbin Carroll right to Tovar. He stung that one good, and that keeps the Diamondbacks off the board. So Jesus Luzardo rolling as well. One hit for the Diamondbacks in that inning, but no runs to show for it. Christian Mena will come out. We saw him a couple times in the playoffs. We liked when we did. A 6.22 ERA for him last season, 160 innings, a 1.71 whip. He did a pretty good job in the 6th, and Luzardo gets a big strikeout in the 7th. Was amped up as you see him still showing that emotion, keeping things where they at. 1-0 still Rockies. As Jesus Luzardo has been incredible to start things here on opening day. Top 9 now. We're already through this one basically, and Nolan Gorman facing Christian Mena, and he's going to slap this one opposite field and get on with 2 outs in the 9th inning. So a base runner for the Rockies. Jazz Chisholm 0-2 count, 0 for 3 on the day so far. Lifts it into center field and up just enough for the Diamondbacks to be under it. And here we go, going into the 9th inning, just a 1-0 game. Tommy Troy, Corbin Carroll, Josh Naylor. Is it going to be Jesus Luzardo out there, or are we going to our closer? And it seems like it'll be Roger Calderon, his first appearance of 2029. A 3.68 ERA, started as the closer last year, got hit around a little bit, brought him into more of a middle relief role where he settled in and was actually very good for us down the stretch. Tommy Troy is going to get on to begin the afternoon, or Roger Calderon's afternoon, I should say. And Tommy Troy is in there for a single. Corbin Carroll, he lets that one go by. Romo up, fires, and just like that, a runner on second base with no outs in the most dangerous part of the lineup coming up. Carroll, grounder to Amador, who makes the play. However, runner moves over to third base, and now just a base hit or a fly ball away from tying things up. And Josh Naylor will give you the base hit. Infield was in, just sneaks it by Tovar. And it's a 1-1 game, and the Calderon experience continues here. And just like that, Ezequiel Tovar, he crumbled to the turf after the play, gripping at his calf. And they are expecting it to be not great. And Juan Guerrero will come in and play shortstop for us down the stretch here, but we lose one of our best fielders and one of our best bats. William Contreras swings through that one, challenged him with the fastball, and gets out of the inning. However, we are heading to extras with the Rockies and the Diamondbacks tied thanks to Josh Naylor. Aloha, brother. In the 9th inning on Roger Calderon. Yanquiel Fernandez up with the runner on second base, and this looks much like his first at-bat. Just sauced into left field, and that will plate the go-ahead run. So in extra innings, you need 2 to feel comfortable. We got the 1 with the no outs, which is good. Just sauced that one the other way. Amador, or it looks like Jazz Chisholm, will score. And that brings up Tommy Domine with 1 out. And this one chopped on the ground. Lawler ranges over. Tommy Troy and first baseman Naylor will complete the double play. So we get 1. Is 1 enough? We will see. And Yanquiel Fernandez, the best day by anyone offensively so far. 2 hits, including that go-ahead RBI. And Bo Brisky, who had a great year as a Rule 5 pick last year and shut the door in the postseason. Multiple appearances. I think he had 7 or 9 or something like that. No runs given up. Jordan Lawler, good night. See you later. That's 1 out. Fastball down the middle or a little high, but got him swinging. Nolan Gorman with 2 outs. He makes the play, tosses across the diamond, and that will do it. Rockies hold on to win an opening day. Again, coming through in extra innings and late in the game like they are prone to do. Not quite the rock-offs, but they get a boost, it seems, in the later innings, and they complete the comeback, I guess. Never trailed in this game, but did give up the lead in the 9th. Came through in the 10th. Bo Brisky will get our first save of the year, and a pretty decent start to opening day. Offensively, nothing was great, but we'll check out what's-his-face's Luzardo stats. 2 hits for Yanquiel, including a lot of strikeouts, 11 strikeouts on our end. Jesus Luzardo, 13 strikeouts, 7 innings, 4 hits, absolutely dominant. We struck out the Diamondbacks 17 times. Everyone struck out at least once. 2 for Rosarena, 3 for Rengifo, 2 for Contreras, 4 for Jordan Lawler, and 2 for Gabriel Arias. And Hunter Brown had himself a good game, 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, 1 run. And it is a torn calf for Ezequiel Tovar. That's going to be a 2 to 3 month injury to be our new shortstop for the time being. It's going to be, what's his face, Jordan Lawler. Not Jordan Lawler, excuse me, Khalil Watson. Same draft, different guy. Not the next night, but the night after, we have Los Serpientes again, and Jazz Chisholm comes through in the 8th inning and gets an RBI single up the middle to tie things up at 4. And again, the Rockies offense and the Rockies towards the end of games in a situation like this continues to be a problem for opponents. And that's going to bring in Blake Walston. Walston has a 12-0 record out of the bullpen last season, but a 4.31 ERA, 20% strikeouts, but 11% walks, so about league average on both of those stats. And Yanquiel Fernandez chopped this one on the ground at first base, and that will do it. So we get the run to tie things up in the 8th. However, the Diamondbacks have a couple of chances to break this tie. 4 hits, 4 runs, 6 hits apiece for both sides. To come in, it will be Gregory Santos. He did get an appearance in game number 1 of the season. He'll do so again here. William Contreras 0-1 count, and flicked over the head of Nolan Gorman into left field, and they will start with a runner on first base. Gregory Santos, a guy we got in free agency, played for the Mariners the last few seasons, and we think he's going to be a valuable piece to our bullpen. Screamer to Watson at shortstop, and he'll put it away for the final out. Now Khalil Watson, 2 for 3 with a home run in his debut. Make it 3 for 4 with 2 home runs in his major league debut. Khalil Watson gives us the lead. Just the energy of the Colorado Rockies imbutes in that bat. His 2nd home run of the season, 2nd of the day, 2nd of the career. Goes lefty off Blake Walston. And that is a big, big swing by Khalil Watson. Look at that. Absolutely pimped it. And that was a big, big hit. Give us a highlight moment to begin our season. Amador into right field. This one drops down. They're going to test the arm of Corbin Carroll. Fires into third base, and runners on the corners now trying to add on to their lead. Amador on first base with Stephen Kwan rounding second, going to third. Nolan Jones, he cannot answer. Tried his best, stung it, but Naylor right there to put it away. So Khalil Watson gives us the lead. We'll give Calderon one more chance to do it. We'll see if he can shut down the door and get his first save of the season. And here he is. Gave up a run and already has blown a save. Tommy Troy, good night. See you later. He loves striking out in his last chances. In the air, Jordan Lawler hung up just enough for Stephen Kwan, and we will come back and win this game. So 2 games against the Diamondbacks, 2 very impressive wins, 2 clawed out wins, and not starting the season off easy, but we got a target on our back. We are going to press on. We're continuing everything that we have had go right for us. Last couple of years, we've proven that we're a very, very good team and will continue to be so. Owen Casey is going to be up as we face another team we faced in the playoffs, the Chicago Cubs, early on before we go home. So our NLDS and NLCS opponents before we go home for the first time. O'Neal Cruz will go pinch run at first base to add some speed there. Calderon just needs a ground ball. He gets it. Amador to Juan Guerrero playing shortstop today, and over to Dominic for the out number 2, 4-6-3, just like you draw it up. However, there is a runner on third base, so we do got to be a little selective, be a little tricky, try to keep that runner there. Yohan Moncada will swing through it, 99 down the middle, hard to hit it with that velocity. And that will do it. So we pick up a win against the Cubs, something we are accustomed to doing, as we did so 3 times in 4 tries in the playoffs. And another late inning, holding things down, close game, and Roger Calderon gets his 3rd save of the season. Back in Colorado for the first time this year, our ring ceremony was before the anthem. Everyone decked out. Rockies fans have filtered into Coors Field and have filled that stadium up as they are excited to see their world champion Colorado Rockies play for the first time at home. And it's going to be J.J. Rose on the mound for the Rockies, a young kid who did so much damage in the playoffs. Absolutely killed it for us in our playoff run. It was a big reason we were where we were at the end of the season. Started off the series against Arizona, started off the series against Arizona. Arizona and Chicago started those series. I think also started the World Series as well. So he got the opening ball in all of those games, so it's fitting he gets the opening ball here. Now you see in his first start, got hit around. He got 5 home runs in his first start, something uncharacteristic to him. And the 2024 Rookie of the Year, Junior Caminero, is going to put that one into center field, and Stephen Kwan is on his horse to get it. So J.J. Rose, a clean first inning. Did not give up a home run there after getting 5 in his first start, I believe, against Chicago. Actually, probably would have been in that final game against Arizona. And now we have the bats come out for the first time, and they are taking on Ryan Pepiot. Ryan Pepiot, he has even worse statistics than J.J. Rose had. ERA just about 19. He was the main piece in the Tyler Glasnow trade all those years ago. Adele Amador, 0-2 count, and he's going to strike out on the fastball inside. And Amador goes down with a strikeout. Brings up Nolan Jones, 187 through the first week and a half of the season. Not too worried about that. And he will pop out, just like he did in the Arizona game. Pops out inside fastball to third base to end the inning. So clean first for both teams, as no score through 1. Luis Campusano spent 10 years with the San Diego Padres, now with the Rays, and he continues to be a thorn in our side. Killed us when he was with the Padres, and now is continuing as his 2nd home run as a member of the Rays. Comes at the dismay of Rockies fans all over the world. 395 feet, and the home run issues continue for J.J. Rose. Trying our best to see why this has been such an issue for him. As we comes back, Jose Caballero will be out after the dive from Stephen Kwan. Again, we talked about Kwan's ability as a leadoff hitter and what he brought to the table, but I don't think we talked about how good he's been defensively in center field. Really, the big reason we went after Kwan, not for those leadoff, just for those leadoff abilities, because he had to replace Brenton Doyle, who's actually on this Tampa Bay squad. So you had to be a really good defensive center fielder for us, and he was. Strikeout Curtis Mead ends the top half of the 3rd. Rockies still in search of their first base runner. Won't come in the 3rd inning. Josh Lowe, however, will hit this one low liner and just puts it perfectly right on the line with enough force behind it to get it to the wall. Nolan Jones playing right field yet again, maybe get more used to these angles. And Luis Campusano yet again. Josh Lowe with a double. He will come all the way around the score easily. Throw comes into second base, and Campusano is dusted. So does get the double and the RBI, but a highlight play by Jazz Chisholm. Then the strikeout here for J.J. Rose gets out of the inning. 2 runs score, or 1 run scores, makes it a 2-run ball game. And the Rockies offense, dormant so far. We'll see what they can do. Adele Amador, he is up, and he is out of here. Get off me ball, circle change, middle, deposited. Coors into right field. Adele Amador, the price keeps going up, just like a contract season for Amador, or for Tovar a couple seasons ago. Amador's in that same boat. A guy who has one more year of arbitration if we want to go that route, but a guy we probably want to lock up sooner rather than later. We'll see if we can get something done. We weren't able to do anything in spring training despite preliminary talks. But a guy that, again, the price keeps going up. We want to keep that middle infield tandem here as long as we can. And Amador goes yard, cuts this lead in half, 2-1. Rays still lead. J.J. Rose in the top of the sixth now. He's settled in, and Caballero is going to put this one into center field, and that will be a leadoff base hit here in the sixth inning. A couple pitches later, they're going to throw over to first base, and they will get him. Caballero, a stolen base threat. I think they got him just as he was shuffling towards second and caught him flat-footed for just a half a second, and that was all they needed to eliminate the base runner. And good thing they did, because that's a run. Curtis Mead pushed this one just in an area no one can get to it. Well, it wouldn't have been a running because it would have hopped up over the fence for the automatic double, but instead of a runner on second, one out, it would have been second and third, best case scenario, with no outs. And that ball right there would have been a sac fly at least, so that pickoff really saved us a run. Khalil Watson, Drew Romo, Stephen Kwan trying to get us a run to tie this thing up. Rockies still trailing, and it's going to be former friend Marcus Stroman playing out of the bullpen this year. Has pitched 7 innings in 3 appearances and has not been great. See if we can jump on him. Again, a sinker baller, keeps the ball on the ground, and that's an easy stolen base for Khalil Watson. He's in second base, no problemo, as our boy Stroman doesn't throw exceptionally hard, and did steal on an off-speed pitch as well. Stephen Kwan down the middle and just bloops it in there, and because of that stolen base, you're able to round third base, and Watson scores and ties this ball game up. Situational baseball right there. Stephen Kwan loving it, as he should. So that ties this ball game up in the bottom of the 6th inning. A stolen base and a blue pit, that's all you need. And another weak hit, but a hit nonetheless. Kept it in the infield, but I believe that is Carson Williams now, who knocks it down, but can't glove it cleanly. And this will do it, though. Caballero at third base is going to pick it up and fire it. Bases loaded for Nolan Gorman. He couldn't get the job done, but Stephen Kwan did. A little bloop single ties this ball game up at 2 apiece. Dan Wyatt's going to come in, a minor league free agent signing from this past year. He's going to get not his major league debut, but his second appearance here in the 6th, as J.J. Rose's day is done, and Wyatt did well. Grounder to first base, Campusano fires it over to second, back to Tony Gonsolin over there at first base covering, and Dominic grounds out with an inning double play here in the 7th. So we are through 7 innings now, 2 runs apiece, but which team is going to break the glass first? Great play by Carson Williams, getting taken out. Brandon Barea, he's in here now, and Oswaldo Cabrera, and off the glove of Nolan Jones. Usually a sure-handed fielder, and a better throw maybe gets him, but just off of the heel of his glove, that's going to lead things off with a double. Curtis Mead is going to absolutely demolish this Brandon Barea fastball, and that's it. That's a 4-2 lead now for the Rays. The first home run for the Australian, Curtis Mead. He just dummied that baseball. And we go back, hey, that was 2 outs. If that ball is caught in right field, we don't even get to that point. Junior Caminero watched a looping curveball that was a batting practice pitch. He lets it go, however, and strikes out. So middle of the 8th inning, some work to do for the Rockies, but this is kind of their comfort zone. Down late, they love putting together rallies. We'll see what they can do here. Drew Romo with a runner on first base. He singles through the right side, and it's 2 on to begin the inning against Tony Gonsolin. And just like that, top of the order coming up as well. Stephen Kwan did a good job driving in a run. See if he can do it here. And he won't drive in the run. He'll actually ground into a double play and really kills a lot of momentum. Runner does move over to third base, but now 2 outs in the inning. And that's just hard to swallow. Kwon has been great for us since coming to Colorado last year. A big reason why we won the World Series. He didn't really do much in the playoffs, but 50 doubles in the regular season, stuff like that. He was great. Can't come through here. Tyler Holton be tasked to take on Amador. 3 games so far this year, goes about an inning each time and gets the strikeout of Adael up and in, and he can't pull the trigger and clips the zone. Holton is animated about it, as he should be. That's a big pitch early in their season, and it still remains 4-2. You get a couple of hits, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. A big double play erased our momentum as we move on to the 9th inning. Barrera trying to get past Carson Williams, and he can't, and this kind of unravels the game. This will get through. Kwon on it, picks it up on the warning track, and it's 5-2 now. And a big lead, not insurmountable, but that one hurts right there, especially not load the bases, but you get in there. They do score another run. Riley Pint comes in, strikes out Caballero. But, you get in there, you get some hits, you think you're going to score, you think you're going to tie the game up or give yourself more life. And not only don't you, but then you don't hold the fort in the 8th. And not often do we see the Rockies go down without a fight. They do here. At the warning track and caught, and that will do it. The Rays win this one by a score of 6-2 and spoil our ring ceremony, our opening night. And that, is what it is. Some highlights here, some highlights there. Stephen Kwon, a big catch and a base hit RBI knock. Pitching wasn't too bad, but here's the box score. Curtis Mead, 2 hits, including the home run. Lowe and Campusano, 2 hits apiece. Campusano getting a home run. 11 hits, 9 strikeouts. Pepio, 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 run. And he was pretty good. Amador, 2 hits, and that was about that. He had a home run. Kwon had an RBI and 2 double plays. Really killed a couple of big innings. J.J. Rose, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned, 6 strikeouts. Wyatt, a clean first, and Barrera ended up with 1 2/3, 5 hits, 4 runs. Here we are in Toronto as it's Jackie Robinson Day, and we are trying to close out the Toronto Blue Jays 3-2, and we have Calderon on the mound, and he gets Michael Garcia to pop up to begin things. Do you have a runner on first base? Willier Abreu just down the line. Dominic can't get to it. Nolan Jones has to pick it up as it stopped. Throws it into second base to keep Abreu honest at first. And big play by the Blue Jays. Julio Rodriguez, a lot fatter and a lot worse at baseball than I remember. But he does the job here. Nolan Jones has a cannon, and maybe if it's on the glove side of the plate, that's way more of a contested throw, but up the line a little bit, didn't do anything for him. Eloy Jimenez in the leadoff spot cannot drive in the winning run, so we will go to extras yet again. Calderon blows another save, and it's been tough to watch him work. Juan Guerrero, can he play hero? No, he cannot. Hung up just enough for the second baseman to corral it. It's Luis Ariz, and keeps things at 3 with 2 outs, and Tyler Madison gets the ground ball he needed and throws over to first base, and a no-run score for the Rockies. Bo Brisky out with 0-2 counts, 2 outs, and he keeps a scoreless 10th. Byron Buxton, former World Series guy for the Twins, and he is able to keep this thing tied. Now Stephen Kwon comes through, gets an opposite field gap double, and now the Rockies have the lead. So Rockies have won this game, then lost it, now seemingly have won it again. Bo Brisky out there for the 11th. We thought it was so good. We'll try him again, and Ezekiel Duran, he goes into center field. Kwon cuts it off in the gap, and we tie the ball game again. Back and forth between the Rockies and Blue Jays. And Rockies, it just seems like they're doing everything they can to lose this one. And Michael Garcia final nail in the coffin. Jones had to have a superhuman throw, and that one way up the line. Run basically already scored by the time he picked it up. And we will lose that one. So the Rockies drop one to the Toronto Blue Jays. A game they won, lost, won again, but then ultimately lost again. And here's how it went. 15-13. Started off nice. Had 6-1 to begin our season. And then kind of fell off here towards the middle. But right now we are still second place in the National League West and holding on to a wild card spot through the first month of the season. If we look at our statistics going so far, Stephen Kwan, outstanding to begin. 360 average, 7 home runs, just really basically putting the power output he had last year already in the first month of the season. I'd love to see it. Miguel Amador, we said it with Tovar, we'll say with him, the price keeps going up. He's been incredible as well. Here's where things get a little bit different. Nolan Gorman, hitting home runs, not really much else for him. No other extra base hits. 6 home runs and 16 singles. That's all he's done so far, but walking a decent amount, striking out a good amount too. Nolan Jones hitting home runs as well, but they average 216. We expect that to be better, and we expect that to move up as well. Jazz Chisholm doing early season Jazz Chisholm things. If he stretched every April he's had in his career, he'd be Barry Bonds. Absolutely incredible. And started off the season that first week or two slow, but has brought it back up. Yanquiel Fernandez, looking to see him do a little bit more. Again, struggling against lefties. Again, we might have to make that switch to him, just not playing against lefties at all. Tommy Domine struggling yet again. We really need him to start, getting it together. He has options, but we signed him to a 10-year contract for a reason. We believe in the talent, believe in the guy, but he really just have to show it. I would hate to have him be in the minor leagues for yet another year. Gil Watson, fine for what we've been asking him to do, and Drew Romo doing a good job hitting about 260 this year. Sherlyn Thompson, Benny Montgomery, Juan Guerrero, and Ralphie Velasquez, the only one on our bench really providing any offensive value. These guys don't really get in too much. Pitching-wise, Luzardo, been great. Bobby White, he's been all right. We saw him have a complete game shutout earlier this month. J.J. Rose, struggling big time. We'll give him a little bit more time because he did have incredible first 100 innings of his career. He was great in the postseason. We're going to let him kind of figure this out. We'll let him kind of go. Bud Leonard has been struggling big time. And what has been the big key? 16 walks in 22 innings pitched is not great. An 8.06 ERA. He's striking out a bunch of guys, but 210 whip, a FIP at 5.82 right here. 6.45 walks per 9. 13 Ks per 9, and also the home runs per 9 are super up. So we get these to kind of even out back to where this was. We're going to get a guy that looks more like this. So again, early in the season, not too worried. We would like to see him change it around. And speaking of, maybe our best pitcher so far, James Mora. Basically replicating how many innings he had last year in 2 fewer games, and already more wins. Less hits, more strikeouts, less walks, way better ERA, way better whip, 3 quality starts, already WAR at half a win above replacement so far. The FIP looks great. Everything is where it's supposed to be. Wyatt, good. Garcia, Marco Garcia, he's been fine. This would be the swap we would make if the trajectories continue on their paths. Brandon Barea has been awful. We'll give him a little more time, but he's definitely a guy that's going to get a quick injection pack if he can't get it together. Bo Brisky, phenomenal. Riley Pint, good. Gregory Santos, good. And Roger Calderon, only blown 2 saves and has been holding it down. One of the better relievers in the game so far this season. And that will do it here for the Colorado Rockies. We will see you next time. May on its way in the next iteration of the Rockies.